Let's talk about Elimination Chamber going down this weekend, the last PLE before WrestleMania in April. And that's where I want to start. There's been a lot of talks about the somewhat lackluster hype around WrestleMania so far this year. For one, I'm always on the side of let's just see how things play out. We might not agree with every decision they make. We might not agree with who wins, who gets in the Elimination Chamber match. But let's see where it goes. That's what we've been doing throughout this Triple H era so far. We had the Royal Rumble winners. Y'all know I'm a Gunther guy. So I didn't even see Gunther and Jay main event in night one and definitely not night two. I understand the story, the somewhat Kofi Mania story, the somewhat Daniel Bryan story, because those two guys didn't win the Royal Rumble. I understand the moment, but I don't know. Let's see what else is on the table. Of course, we got the John Cena retirement still going. But this is like his first real outside of the Royal Rumble. So after the Elimination Chamber, how long will Cena be around before WrestleMania, and how many times after WrestleMania will Cena be around? We'll see how that goes. The Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk story, Drew McIntyre, Jimmy Uso. It's a lot of top guys, but it's not so many stars. Like, we've seen Seth be in the main event. We've seen Drew be in the main event. A lot of people want CM Punk in the main event for obvious reasons. John Cena, retirement. Roman Reigns been ducked off since Royal Rumble. The whole bloodline, Jacob Fatu is one of the biggest draws in the WWE, in my opinion. When he comes out, the energy shifts. So you got that going on. The Penta sensation going crazy. A lot of people are up to here. They are like damn near about to punch the ceiling out of how long we're going to wait for Finn Balor to get back right. So it's a lot of things I'm looking forward to, but it's a lot of things I'm like, okay, I really don't know the direction, but that's the best thing I can say for this year's WrestleMania compared to the last two WrestleManias. We knew what the main events were going to be. The outcome, 39, I was there, the first Roman Cody. It was like a shocker. I wasn't mad. And I know definitely last year we kind of figured Cody was going to win, but we just didn't know how everything was going to play out. But with this year, before The Rock showed up on Smackdown, I was like, let's see how things play out. Now with The Rock inserting himself back in, I'll talk more about that when I get to the Cody and Rock segment. But for Elimination Chamber, let's start with Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in the unsanctioned match. We know how far back this friendship goes, the on and off rivalry between these two. This probably steals the show. It's unsanctioned, so I think they got to go all out. You done did the move to hurt Sami neck, and Cody Rhodes did the Alabama Slam on Kevin Owens on the ladder. They got to go all out, I feel, for this match, and especially with the two chamber matches the same night. I think this is going to steal the show. Just the story behind it has been great. I thought they were going to do something with Sami and Cody, especially after the Royal Rumble, but, you know, a lot of people would say, you know, this should have been on Mania, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. But Sami and Kevin, I think it's going to be a great match. I can see Sami getting the victory, but I would like to see Kevin's hard work go, you know what I'm saying, get rewarded for his hard work that he's been putting in. Like the Cody, Kevin Owens, that storyline was stale, but he still made it a great ladder match. Let Kevin Owens get this one. And let Sami find something for Sami. I don't know. We done seen a lot within these past few years with the top guys in the locker room and with the women, I would say. So I would like to see Kevin Owens like get that mean streak victory back. And maybe Randy Orton returns here. I don't know. But I think I got Kevin Owens over Sami Zayn. The women's Elimination Chamber match, we got Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, who made her return at the Royal Rumble, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy. Now, all these women have storylines. Of course, Liv Morgan, she has kind of been carrying, her and Rhea Ripley have been carrying the women's division on Raw. But for me, I just feel like I'm tired of the Liv Morgan gimmick, her and Dom. I think it's ran its course. Everything going on with Judgment Day with the new member, who's that going to be? Finn Balor, Dominic seem to be at odds. I don't know. The Liv Morgan, I respect her. She's one of those women wrestlers, for me, you just learn to respect the hard work she's been doing. Like, I can't take that away from her. I might not agree with how she gets booked and all that, but she shows up and she does a job. So I got to respect her on that standpoint. But I think they need to do something with Judgment Day. The JD injury was crazy. Carlito, he's there for LOL moments. Finn, like I said, seemed like him and Dom about to go at odds with each other. So we'll see what happens with Judgment Day. Bianca Belair and Naomi. I thought Royal Rumble, Jade Cargill was going to come back, tie a bow to this storyline, see where it goes from Royal Rumble to Elimination Chamber, but obviously that didn't happen, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with Bianca Belair and Naomi. They had video footage of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in the parking lot or something like that when Jade Cargill got attacked. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I thought Royal Rumble was a great time for that storyline to be brought back, not brought back up, but kind of like a climax, and then it's like, okay, what happens next? But we'll see what happens. Alexa Bliss, like I said, she returned at Royal Rumble, the Bray Wyatt tribute, all that good stuff. Very curious to see what happens with Alexa Bliss. She is one of those women who's bring that fire back into the women's division because it has been kind of stale for the past few months to a year, I'll say. But Alexa Bliss being in the midst is a positive. It is a positive, so we'll see what happens with that. Bayley, I think there's a Bayley-Roxanne Perez beef going on from NXT, so I'm thinking those two will be heavily involved with each other. Roxanne Perez, of course, the prodigy. Booker T's protege, I believe. But all in all, and this is for a chance to challenge Rhea at WrestleMania, right? Because Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair is official. So who's the face? We seen Liv Rhea. I don't want to see that at WrestleMania. Bianca, Naomi, I think their storyline got something to do with Jade going to WrestleMania. I think Bayley, Roxanne, that's WrestleMania. So all that's left is Alexa Bliss. So I got Alexa Bliss winning the women's Elimination Chamber match. And speaking of the women's division, over the weekend it was made official, a tag team match at Elimination Chamber. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton faced Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. Personally, this could have happened on SmackDown or not at all. But I guess you got to have Tiffany Stratton on the card. Charlotte Flair might come out, add some more heat to their WrestleMania match. Plus with Trish Stratus, who's probably the GOAT from the generation before these two women. Charlotte Flair, the GOAT of this current generation. And Tiffany Stratton seems to be the future of the generation. You can have 3 generations going at it. We'll see how it play out. But the men's Elimination Chamber match, we got Drew McIntyre, John Cena, Logan Paul, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Damian Priest. Now, this match before SmackDown could have went anywhere, and now with The Rock coming back with that promo saying him and Cody Rhodes got to talk at Elimination Chamber, this men's chamber match can go either way. At this point, it can go either way. Drew, I want them to do right by Drew. I really hated the way his Mania ended last year with the champ beating Seth Rollins, if I'm not mistaken. He beat Seth Rollins, got involved with CM Punk. Damian Priest came and cashed in. I was like, oh, come on, man. All stemming from the pandemic when he didn't have his moment in front of the crowd. So Drew is a loose cannon. I don't see him winning. John Cena, his last Elimination Chamber match. He's saying he don't want the belt. He want to earn an opportunity like everybody else, to which was crazy because he was in the Royal Rumble match. He got eliminated last by Jey Uso. Just to come back and put himself in Elimination Chamber. He didn't have a qualifying match. He just put his OG card out. Was like, I don't need to do no qualifying match. I'm in it. So he didn't have a qualifying match, and he's been busy. He hasn't really been around outside of Rumble, and I think the Raw after Rumble he was out. But other than that, he been ducked off. Logan Paul, if you thought people were mad about the Jey Uso Royal Rumble win, they'll really be mad if Logan Paul wins the men's chamber and goes to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. But I don't see that happening. Like I said, CM Punk is the one I think a lot of people just want to see. And now with the addition of The Rock, that makes for a very interesting storyline. Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, I don't see it. It really comes down to Cena and Punk for me. Even before The Rock. But now with The Rock there, you got the Rock Cena history. You got the Punk, who probably was scheduled to win. Now The Rock coming in, changing, blocking yet another CM Punk WrestleMania main event as well. So that's how I'm looking at this chamber match. I say give it to Punk. All respect to Cena. I'm not sure if Cena got to have one of the belts or a particular belt to have the record, but it doesn't need to be at WrestleMania. But at the same time, are they ready to take the belt off Cody? And what's the deal with the Cody Rock situation? That's what I've been leading to this whole time. So for the men's chamber, I got CM Punk winning. The women's chamber, I got Alexa Bliss winning. For that women's tag match, I guess Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, I guess. And Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, I got Kevin Owens. Now, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, they're back and forth. And what I think happened, knowing what I know now about last year, what I think happened was The Rock had somebody on his team. This is my theory for what's happening. Somebody on The Rock team said, yo, the wrestling community has been complaining about the lack of hype for WrestleMania in Vegas this year. The Rock says, well, how about The Rock? Because you know he calls himself The Rock. How about The Rock comes in as being head of the board, force my way back in, and put some steam around this WrestleMania in Vegas? Who else but The Rock can do it? I'm sure that's his thought process. So now it goes back to the first episode on Netflix when him and Cody had that exchange. And even I found it kind of weird. I was like, okay, The Rock is he out of storylines? If he just TKO Rock, he just did that for last year, and this year they got it set up. But from his promo on Smackdown, my biggest thing taken away from this, one, Rock Roman does not need the title involved. It doesn't need to be Roman got the belt, he facing Rock for the belt. Obviously, Roman's going to win and retain. That doesn't – I think it's way more exciting for that belt not to be on the line and just watching and see what happens. It's a match everybody been waiting on for years. We couldn't get it last year. We could have probably got it last year, but, you know, you want to do Cody, Roman again. I understand that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The wrestling community, y'all said y'all didn't feel the steam for WrestleMania. Now with The Rock coming in and Roman, like I say, when Roman come back, I'm sure he's going to be looking at the Seth. I'm sure he's not going to be looking at the Cody. Like Seth, the one that took you out at Royal Rumble. So I'm sure that's his focus going into WrestleMania because he's not in the chamber match. Roman is not in the chamber match. And I think he got to go for Seth Rollins. And that's a great rivalry match to have at WrestleMania. That's the story right there. Their last match at Royal Rumble years ago when Seth Rollins came as the Shield, that ended in no DQ. So I wouldn't be mad at them running that back for WrestleMania. So will Rock force himself to be like a manager role for Cody because they've been talks of this heel turn? Or is he there to screw John Cena or CM Punk again? We'll see. We'll see with this Rock Cody dynamic. We'll see. Like I say, from Cody's standpoint, this whole you got the belt, everybody gunning for you, road to WrestleMania, you was the hunter, now you the hunted. Is that going to break you? But we'll see. But you know The Rock, after what I found out about last year WrestleMania, I thought it was all kind of planned after CM Punk injury and they couldn't do Seth Rollins and CM Punk. But obviously, Rock wanted to change shit, and the fans online is what made them put Cody back in. I was like, oh, I thought for sure they were going to be prepared for The Rock coming in and fans booing that, and then, okay, we're going to bring Cody back. But obviously, I was like on some, oh, we seeing the reaction, let's change it up again. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I'll be tuned in for sure.